When the government announced the lockdown of the country in order to curtail the spread of the coronavirus, the first thing that came to mind was survival. Not of everyone necessarily, but the 20 million children on the streets of Nigeria called Almajiri. The conversation about the inefficiency of the Almajiri system to provide care for these children forced by their parents to seek Islamic knowledge far away from home is not a new debate in Nigeria. But somehow, the government lacks the willpower to put an end to it because it will be tampering with something as sensitive as religion. Majority of these kids come in from different northern states across the country, as young as 7 years old, and some, like Mustafa, stay as long as their 25th birthday. We took a trip to Niger State in northern Nigeria, where we have a considerable number of these kids in order to have a first-hand knowledge of the situation. Going to the north from southern part of Nigeria was not an easy trip at all. Our car broke down on the highway.
We had a very terrible traffic at Lokoja. I really do not know what happened. And then all of a sudden we got to this road, I think it was like Okbela Road, and then our car broke down. And I was trying to find out what happened really, and then they said the gasket burnt and it couldn't retain water again, so the engineers are down here fixing it.
Thank God I'd picked a book to read to keep me company all through the journey. In Minna, the capital of Niger State, home to two former heads of state, General Ibrahim Babangida and General Abdulsalami Abubakar, we visited one of the popular neighborhoods in the city center called Tunga, where we met Malam Aminu Wakili, one of the Malams that teach the kids Islamic education.
Sunana Alarama Mala Aminu Wakili, ni ne nake da wa'annan ɗalibai kamar yadda ka gani. A game da koyarwa ta Alƙur'ani na dade ina yi. Akalla na kai kamar shekara 17 haka a wannan wurin, kuma ba na da aiki banda karantar da yara. An yaye wa'annan sun wuce wasu su haka ake.
One of the ways the children feed, since the Malam has barely enough money to feed his family, not mentioning the kids, is street begging, or going from house to house asking for food and clothing, a practice which has become a nuisance people living in that region are forced to live with. The fortunate ones among the kids find houses where they do menial jobs and get their daily meals consistently and some little change to spare. However, Malam Aminu Wakili says he tries to help the kids financially to the best of his ability. From the conversation with Malam Aminu, he is well enlightened about the spread of COVID-19. But now the government has asked that all Almajiri schools be shut down. The kids cannot go back home. How do they survive, and how can they stay safe?
Musamman a wannan yanayi da muka samu kanmu na wannan annoba ta coronavirus da Allah ya kawo mana, Ubangiji Allah ya yi mana ita. To abubuwan da muke bukata na bangaren abin da ya shafi kariya gaskiya ba mu da shi, kuma kai ma ko da ka zo kaga alamun haka. To saboda haka muna bakin gwargwadon kare kanmu da abubuwan da suka shafi na wanke hannu zuwa abin da za a rufe baki. Kaga akwai batun abin wanke hannu din nan, sanitizer nan ba mu da shi, akwai kuma abin sawa a bakin nan duk babu. Amma bakin gurgudo mukan yi kokari ganin cewar dai an kiyaye wasu abubuwan.
Here is how their daily routine look like. After the usual morning prayers, they have a session of study with Malam Aminu. When the lessons are over, they go out to the streets to look for what to eat. and those that have houses where they do menial jobs head out to work. While we observed them begging, we were greeted with the kind-heartedness of this little 2-year-old girl, Fatima Garba. As we filmed, suddenly a little girl ran from inside the house towards the gates and began to drag the plates from the boys who were begging. It was surprising. It was later the kids around her neighborhood gave us a hint on Fatima. They said every time the Almajiri kids come to beg, she would collect their plates, go into her house and get any food available and bring back to them. It was heartwarming. And according to her parents, no matter who the food was meant for, she must ensure it is given to the boys. Sometimes, sadly, it is the food meant for her older siblings. Like every normal child, the Almajiri kids crave to play and have fun, and this they gladly do on the streets. At least for this period, the kids would need, in addition to their basic needs for food, shelter and clothing, hand sanitizers to protect themselves, since social distancing is yet an illusion considering their condition and lifestyle. After a long day being on the streets, they come back at night into this single store that now serves as dormitory, provided by the owner of the mosque nearby. They draw the curtain for the night and await another day's experience.